Hi guys, I'm Captain Foley.
I'm Connor Cockins.
I'm James Cawley.
And we have a question for Mr. James Cawley here.
Okay.
Out of all the sets you've built...
There's a lot of them.
There is a lot of them, and there's some great sets, by the way. But what is your favorite and why?
It's probably going to sound weird, but probably Kirk's cabin, his quarters. Only because there's all these little weird, knickknacks and decorations, and trying to identify what they were, or find them, or remake them, it has been this really crazy challenge. And I was on not eBay, but there's another site like eBay, and about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was on this site, and I was looking for this little treasure box, that Kirk had in his quarters. I'd been looking for this thing for years. I finally got on this Etsy. Is that what's it?
Yeah,
Etsy.
Yeah.
So I was on Etsy that day, and I typed in brass treasure box, and I got like 3 listings in, and this picture pops up, and I went, wait a minute. So then I'm trying to scramble to get a screen capture, and I'm holding it up, and I'm like, my God, it's the box.
My God,
I actually
Jim.
found the box.
That's it.
And to my surprise, after doing a little research, the woman that owned the box was the head of the old William Shatner Fellowship. It was up in Canada. So the more I looked into it, I'm like, it's the box! It's like
Literally
the box. So I bought the damn thing, and we have the box.
So my question for you is, what's in the box?
Nothing.
Oh. We didn't get that deep into what was in Kirk's quarters, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, because yesterday we were taking a few snapshots, Samuel and me, in Kirk's quarters, and you walked in and you're like, who's been moving stuff? We didn't touch anything, but...
People said, have you ever spent the night in there? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, we could tell you were protective of it, so...
Well, only because it's there are things in there that are either handmade or very antique.
Exactly, yeah.
And so I can tell because I live here basically. When I have a day off, we're down here working. So if I go in there and something's moved, or trust me, I know. The guys think that I'm really anal. I probably am too anal with this place, but
I'm the same way at home. If anybody moves anything, I'm like, who moved it? And yeah.
Well, my whole drive with this was, I think I mentioned this earlier. This is a museum to me. I have this, in my collection, so to speak, because I want people like you and all my other Trekkie friends to just come here and hang out and have a good time. I want them to walk in here and go, yeah, I'm on the Enterprise.
My second home. Absolutely.
But is there a point now where because when I do props to someone, you have a sense in your brain when things aren't quite put together fully? Are you reaching that point now in Kirk's quarters you can walk in and be like, this is it?
I'm getting to that point.
Okay.
We are so close to the finish line on the entire ship now. Yeah,
Cool.
that now I have that anxiety. Let's get this done. Let's get this done. And everybody says to me, "What are you going to do when it's done?" I'm like,
that.
"Celebrate."
Build more.
No.
Build more.
No.
Build a refit set. Build reset.
No. I really do love every version of Star Trek that's come out. There's something positive in every one of them. But this is the one that owns my heart.
Absolutely.
This is the one that I grew up with, and this is the one that spoke to generations of people. United so many people and inspired cell phones and pads and all these things.
Changed the future.
Absolutely, it really did. And I think it's the one 50 years from now that people are still going to remember the most. I really believe that.
Although as a Trek ship, what's your other favourite ship? If you had to pick another one. It's not TOS.
Probably the D.
Okay.
The Enterprise D. Yeah, definitely.
Have you been on D Bridge?
I was on the Next Generation. Yeah, I did freelance work for Bill Tice on that show, and it was a really cool thing.
So when are you building your Enterprise D Bridge?
See, these guys don't let up.
No, I'm sorry.
It's all
Every
about
bridge.
the starships with these guys.
Starship.
Before
You
we
give
go,
them one, they want them all.
Before we go, though, I have one quick question.
Sure.
There was a cameo of you in 2000.
Yes.
Star Trek 2009, which I didn't know about till about a month ago.
Really?
I saw you.
Yeah.
I got the screen cap and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So tell us, what was it like to get on that bridge and see that ship?
Well, funny story. We actually went to the studio because they had reached out to us about World Enough in Time. They thought that there might be some avenue to a home video release. So we went there to talk to them about that. And while I was there, we were literally going to that meeting. I walked by stages 8 and 9 to get to this executive's office, and I ran into JJ Abrams, and he called me by name.
Wow.
He recognized me from the fan films and invited us in. And we went in, and we were going to see the bridge. Of course, we didn't know we were going to see the bridge. We got up on the bridge, and JJ was very, very, first of all, terrific human being, absolutely wonderful guy. We went up on the bridge, and I remember JJ was very excited to show us the bridge, and I must have had this weird look on my face after I saw it. And he turned and looked at me and says, "Oh, you don't like the bridge?" And I said, "No, man, it's a beautiful set," because it really was.
Oh, yeah.
But to me, and I said this to him, I said, "It's just not the bridge of the Enterprise." And he said, "I totally get where you're coming from." He certainly understood, the fact that I grew up with this
Yeah.
would be a hard adjustment for me to make to that.
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful set. I mean, you could walk up to everything and it looked like metal. The finish was so beautiful, and all of the displays were so elegantly done, and they were all encased in acrylic, and it was just, it was immaculate.
And the fact is that now that you've appeared in that universe, that means you've been born in the Prime universe, which means you are a canonical part of the Star Trek universe.
I guess, they used to joke that I was in the scene with Spock on the bridge in 2009 because I was Kirk from my universe, I guess, somehow stuck in that universe. We've had a lot of fun with it.
I think you're canon.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I am canon somehow or other. I met Brandon Stacy, who has played Spock on our fan thing. I met him on that set. He was.
Oh, really?
He's Zachary's stand-in.
Oh, wow.
That's how I met him. He came over to me and he said, "Hey, aren't you the guy that has the internet thing?" And I said, "Yeah." We just, we had hours of waiting to go on camera. We were just, and we struck up a friendship, and that was it. We just instantly clicked, and we've been friends ever since.
Yeah, I met him like 2 weeks ago at Wonderfest.
He's-
Great guy.
I love him.
Yeah.
Love him to death.
Absolutely. All right, well, thank you, James,
Thanks,
for taking
guys.
the time to talk to us.
Thanks.
And
I'm sure you guys know your way around. So
yeah, I think
know.
I'm going to go hang out in Kirk's quarters right now.
just be careful. There's been a lot of action on that bed.
Oh.
I don't know if they've laundered it, but
No UV lights. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in, and check out more Trekyards.
thanks.
Bye.